Hey there, Alison Smith from Alison Smith Coaching. Hope you're all doing well. I am just out of school here waiting for my daughter who has an activity tonight, which reminded me about a mama bear situation that I recently encountered. So when my daughter was a lot younger, I obviously had a lot more of input into how she handled her problems and how she solved her problems. But now that she's getting older, I'm trying to transfer more of that responsibility to her. I don't want to bubble wrap her. Well, actually, I do want to bubble wrap her, but in a way I don't. I'd rather life be simple and easy for her, but since life doesn't work that way, I do want her to develop the skills to fight her own battles, to be resilient, to know that she can handle whatever comes her way. And one thing that's really important is to give her the confidence to use her voice, the confidence to understand when her intuition is talking to her and something doesn't feel right. And so she came to me one day, not that long ago, and told me about a slightly older boy who she didn't know very well, wasn't in her class, but was at her school, and he had called her a name, which she didn't like. We've gone over quite a bit what to do in a situation when someone does something that we don't like. For instance, her brother. We've definitely worked on that a lot because, as you know, if you've followed any of my work, relationships are really important, and communication and emotional intelligence, all of those skills are very highly valued in our family. So we've worked really hard to help the kids stay connected and all of us to work as a team. So that being said, she does have a fair number of skills, even with her young age. But in this situation, she seemed to be asking for help. At first, I was starting to feel that mama bear of how dare that child do anything to hurt mine. And I had to stop myself, take that millisecond to just remind myself that it's not my battle to fight. It is my battle to help her navigate what comes her way and to give her guidance when I can and when she wants it. So I asked her, what would you like? What do you need? And so at that point she said she didn't need anything. She just wanted to tell me. So I bit my tongue, which was a little hard to do. I hope it gets better with practice. Anyway, so that was it for the time being. And a little later on in the day, she brought it up again. And so I said, do you need some suggestions? And she said, yeah, sure. So we talked a little bit about it and talked about how she could use her voice in a very strong way that wasn't mean sounding or rude sounding to say, this is not okay. And so she came up with a couple phrases, and we practiced a little bit with her permission. And so off she went. And it was a few days later that she mentioned she had seen the boy again, and he did it again. And this time, another boy overheard and started using the same name, which she definitely didn't like, having two of them. And so I was concerned that she might feel powerless and she might need me to step in, but she didn't, which is awesome. Yay, go you. And so she did seem to be struggling a little bit and hesitating as to what she wanted to do next and how she wanted to speak to him. And we talked a little bit about her options, such as approaching the boy's dad at a particular activity that she's involved with, that he's in. And we weighed the pros and cons of that. She kind of was leaning toward that, but on second thought decided against that she wanted to deal with it herself with him. And she decided she wanted to give him a few more chances. I wasn't ready to give him any more chances. I was ready to talk to his dad and say, look, this is what's going on. Wanted to make you aware, not meanly or anything like that, but just to give him a heads up because he might want to have a conversation with his son. Everyone's different, of course. Not everyone's open to these conversations. But if my kids were doing something that was bothering someone else, I would definitely want to know, because I'd want to help them with that and navigate, like, what is it that's going on and what else could you do? So anyway, she eventually used some of the phrases we had talked about and said, this is not okay. I'm not going to be around you if you continue to talk to me this way, and that's not okay. And she managed to get these older boys to pleasantly, calmly, and socially acceptably get them to stop, which was fantastic. So I could have jumped in and made it stop right away, but there are a whole lot of things I would have lost out on. I would love to hear from you in a time that your child stood up for themselves or expressed themselves in a way that really blew you away and made you super proud as a parent. I'd love to hear from you. Add a comment below and we'll chat about it. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for watching. Bye.